spy. A tiny spy.
That's why some of my
Mm-hmm. Everything. She's way too cute.
So yes, number 6. Getting along with friends.
What do you mean? Didn't we already cover this?
Yes, because in connection to the social stigma and struggling to have a friend being a foreigner. So of course, for example, him who already has friends and me already has friends, that we have to introduce each other to our group of friends. Of course, that's the struggle somehow.
True. In theory, it would be a struggle. But all your friends like me and all my friends like you.
But yeah, I've already said my side about that. But how about you with my friends?
They're nice. But, yeah, no, a lot of gossip. A lot of drama. Will they, won't they? Ooh.
It's part of life.
Yes, but they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They are. It's a lot of dancing and drinking and singing.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's a blast. Like, people should be more like expressive when they're out having fun than Norwegians are. I feel like Norwegians are very often, they can be a bit of party poopers. Like they can,
really?
Yeah, they end up like having these really like splitting hair conversations, like where you get really like bogged down in the details and you're not getting anywhere, and it just becomes like this weird fight instead of an actual interesting discussion. And it's like people forget to have interesting discussions that are fun and more focused on like winning the discussion. It's like, aren't you at this party to have fun? What are you doing?
And also, since knowing about the Norwegians being just chill and calm and stuff, I actually thought that you will feel overwhelmed, you being around my friends.
Oh,
we can be too much and loud.
I went to acting school, so no. I'm very used to people being very loud and dramatic and energetic.
Mm.
That is, I'm no stranger to that.
But
I can be like that too.
I'm actually introverted. Even I having to hang around a big group, it's too much for me.
Yeah. Drains your energy so fast. And I can see you're so tense too.
Yeah.
Super tense. No wonder you spend so much energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Seven.
Meeting the family. Well, of course, I've met your family, but you haven't really personally met my family yet. But
No, we've done some calls.
some calls. Yeah.
And they're nice.
Yay!
Your Zumba dancing mom and your gardening dad.
Hi, Mom! Hi, Mom! Yes.
Yeah.
I look forward to them meeting you in person.
Yeah. To them seeing how tall I really am.
But you meeting them in person, what's the first thing you should remember to do?
Mano po.
Yeah! Pagpalain ka. Yes, I actually miss doing that I do that to his mom.
Yeah.
I meet his mom. I taught them about mano po.
Yeah. For the longest time she was so weird because she'd just be like, you do mano po me.
Mano po.
And she'd be like, like she'd want to say something back or reciprocate or something, but because we don't really do anything like that here in Norway.
His mom was like, should I say something? Should I say thank you? Should I?
Yeah.
What should I do?
Yes.
Because it feels weird for her to just stand there and give the hand.
Yeah. It's just not done here.
Yeah, because for us it's more like asking a blessing from the head of the household, which is the older people, the parents, for example, or the grandparents if they're there in the household.
And normally they don't even say anything back, right?
Yeah. Just to make it short, But usually they respond, bless you, or pagpalain ka.
But I thought that you just taught that to my mom so that she could have something to say.
No, that's usually, you ask for a blessing, mano po, then they will bless you.
Oh, okay.
Bless you. But some people just skip that. You don't say mano po anymore, you just grab the hand. Yes. I hope the young people still do that. Because apparently I've heard older people like they miss that kind of tradition because
Yeah,
the youngsters doesn't do that anymore.
I can imagine. I mean that. I think that's how it's gonna continue. If Philippines is developing in any way like how the West developed, then that's a change that's not gonna go back. People like kids are gonna be less and less respectful of their of their elders. Not to the point of necessarily disrespect. It's just gonna be more individualistically focused, and that means less focus on your ancestors and your family and your community, and more about like it's all on you.
Yeah.
Do it all yourself. Yeah. And then of course you don't need to look up to anyone because you're not expected to learn anything from anyone. It's kind of what it's like here.
But going back, because here in Norway, they usually just hug when they greet people.
Depends.
Actually, which I find very awkward. Actually,
I mean, my friends never hug my mom when they meet her.
So it's just for close friends.
Yeah, close friends, or if you're at a party, then very often you do a hug because it's weird to do anything else.
Because in the Philippines, we don't really hug as well.
What do you do then if you meet somebody at a party?
We just say hi. We only hug those that are very, very close to us, Like, we love them so much that we want them close.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, actually, it's not true. If you meet somebody you never met before at a party, then you shake hands and say hi and say your name. But even if you meet somebody who you've, like, seen a time or two before, I guess it depends on...
But...
No, it still depends on how they react when they see you.
But
if they're like, Patrick! Then you kind of have no choice. Then you have to hug them. No matter how much you hate them, you have to do it. If they're like, Patrick!
Because in my experience, people are
like,
huggy.
Hey. Then you don't shake hands or do anything.
Yeah.
So I think it depends.
Because even my Filipino friends or my fellow Filipinos, they said the same. They're like, oh, I should hug here because we're with Norwegians. Because, we don't do that really much.
Yeah. It does depend though. It really does depend. I don't think we hug as much as you imagine.
Yeah. Also, because in the Philippines we have this seniority, so we also have honorifics. And here you don't have. So it's weird for me to just call your mom by first name. So I always just call her mom. And the first time he heard me say or call your mom. Yeah. You were like, don't call her mom. She's my mom.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to steal your mom. It's just that it's weird to call her by first name. Because she's a mom. She's mom.
True.
Because for us in the Philippines, if you're gonna meet my mom, you shall not call them by first name. You should call them Tito, Tita.
So mom kind of becomes a title in the Philippines.
You should call them Tito or Tita to be polite. And then you can only call them mom or dad if we're like married. Because it's like my mom and my dad will be your mom and dad as well. So most people just call the parents Tito, Tita.
Yeah.
Because even strangers, people you don't know, you don't call them by first name. Or people you're not close with. You call them ate or kuya, which means like, how to say that? Big brother, big sister.
It's like senpai kohai?
Yeah, senpai kohai. Yeah. Or san in Japanese.
So just like a pretty respectful honorific.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we don't do anything like that anymore. We used to. We used to have fröken, fru, herr.
Herr.
Yeah. Or even, we didn't have, like fröken is miss and fru is Mrs.
Yeah.
But we didn't have anything equivalent for Mr. So it would just be young Mr. Unge herr.
Because even with siblings, you have to call them with the big bro we call them kuya, and the big sister we call them ate.
There you go.
It's weird to just call them by their first name. It sounds disrespectful.
Some people do say sus. Or bror here.
Lillebror.
Lillebror.
Storesøster.
But it depends. And then And then some people call their parents by their names, and some people call them dad or mom. That also depends. Although a lot of parents like are sad when their kids are calling them by their first name.
See?
It's like, call me mom.
See? So yeah, going back to the family. Also, aside from asking for mano po, what else should you remember when you're speaking to them?
Saying po at the end of everything. Yes.
And how do you respond? Yes.
I don't remember.
Opo.
Oh?
Opo.
Opo. Okay.
How do you say no? Hindi po.
Hindi po.
Hindi.
Hindi.
Basically, hindi is no,
Hindi
but
po.
you just add po.
Hindi po.
Hindi po.
Hindi po. Okay. Cool.
As I told him, even if you just speak in English and add po to every sentence, that sounds polite already.
Yeah. I'll be
Plus
doing that.
5 charm points. Things like that.
Plus 5 charm po.
Yes. Well, it's always a struggle at first, of course, because you're a bit nervous and stuff. But yeah.
Wasn't a struggle for me. I knew they were gonna like me because everybody does.
Okay, next. Number 8. Racism.
Right.
Okay. It's good thing though that people now are more aware and more sensitive, but we cannot say that racism is totally like non-existing anymore. I think it's just more, because that's just how humans are. I think we have preconceived
Of
stuff.
course, yeah. It's always going to be a thing.
Yeah.
But I think in Norway we've like for a long time we've had Asian immigrants. Like it probably started before then. But the first big group of immigrants from Asia came from Vietnam during the Vietnam War, or right after or during, I think. So we've had Asian immigrants for a long time. So you probably would have been fine. But you moved to Europe when the pandemic was on, didn't you?
Yes, that was, I was thinking because I left the Philippines 2020 when it was the peak of, not really the peak, but still in the middle of pandemic. So that's one of the reasons why my loved ones were like, are you really sure you want to leave the country and be somewhere else or on the other side of the planet when it's like, some chaos happening and there's some Asian hate going on during that time especially. So I kind of expected to experience some actually. So when I first moved to Luxembourg, because I lived there for a year before I moved here in Norway. Actually, surprisingly, not really surprisingly, but good thing, no, I haven't really experienced any.
Thankfully.
Yeah. But I have experienced is it catcalling? They tried to speak to me in Chinese. Yeah, they're clearly white people. I don't know where they're from.
Was it like mock Chinese?
Yeah, mock Chinese.
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to speak to me in Chinese and all. Yeah, I even heard some Filipinas, a group of Filipinas, but I'm not part of the group. Group of Filipinas, and there's a group of youngsters, guys. So they just came to pass by each other's group, and they were like mocking the Filipina group in Chinese. And of course, the Filipinos were like, we're not even Chinese, educate yourselves. Yeah.
Were they drunk?
I'm not sure actually.
They must have been.
Because it was broad daylight, yeah.
Because we just really don't want to do that stuff. Like again, we're very private people, even about our biases and our bigotry. Like that's why I think Norway seems like such an inclusive country. Like I've heard a lot of people say that. But I think it's more about we're so socially awkward and shy that we can't even share our bigotry. Like even if you are really racist or homophobic, you're not going to say it. Because you keep it to yourself. Like you keep all your good and bad feelings to yourself. So I think that's partly why. But I also think in general people are a lot rather accepting here in Norway.
Also, most people just when they think about Asia, they thought Asia is just Chinese or Japanese. That's all. But Asia is more than that.
Quite a bit more.
But to be fair, for us Filipinos, we're not so aware of Europe as well, especially with geography.
Fair, yeah. I mean, Europe is a mess geographically.
Also, we're not so exposed, In the Philippines, there's not much. There are foreigners, but they're like tourists, and we're not. Yeah, there's just a part of the city where there's a lot of foreigners, and
Yeah.
not everyone is exposed.
Yeah, and I've actually noticed you don't know like there's quite a few like European things that are like very like cultural phenomena to me, right? That you don't even know about. I don't have any examples off the top of my head now, but like movies that I've seen or TV series that have gone here or songs that I've heard that
Or
you're just like,
even-
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? You don't know? You don't know about that? Like that.
Yeah. Both sides of the planet, we're not that perfect in knowing each other's,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Because for us, for example, when I was a kid, I remember when we see white people or foreigners, we always think they're Americans. We always think they're from America. That's all. Yeah, because we're not really that exposed actually. But that's why I'm really grateful with my school, my theology degree that exposed me really to different cultures and different religions. Because in our school we have students from different parts of the world, foreigners. Yeah, some brothers and missionaries from Europe and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that was nice. And as Bretman Rock, because we were actually watching some Bretman Rock videos. As a kid, he even said like he's fascinated by blonde people. Like he thinks that you grow gold.
Yeah.
Gold strands. Like wow, blue or brown eyes, like that, blonde hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And until now, actually in the Philippines, we are so obsessed with whitening ourselves and bleaching ourselves.
Yeah, that's a whole other story.
Like,
We'll probably have an episode on that too.
Yeah. I think it's just a human thing. We want something that we don't have.
Yeah.
Because even people here want to be tan.
Yeah. I also think it's yeah, but I also think it's just like, you know, the West is the richest part of the world, and we're also white. I think it's something like, you know, white people are the richest people in the world on average. Like that's just fact, and I guess Middle East too these days. But like we have the most like media about us. We have the most movies, the most series, the most international music, and so people look up to us for that reason. I don't know, I guess it also has its history in, you know, people being inside, being able to afford to be inside a lot, being paler and therefore more wealthy. So maybe it is partly that, but it's certainly influenced by the West as well. It has to be.
For us, it's basically just media because we're being fed by media who's, you know, all just being white. Yeah.
Like both Westerners and rich people, even if they are Filipinos, because
that's been a standard.
Rich people just stay inside a lot, so they get all pasty.
Yeah, being in the air conditioned.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we try not to be tanned. Yeah. It's so warm there, and the sun is so nice in the Philippines, but people are hiding from the sun.
And people wear like fully covered like wetsuits.
Yeah,
which blew my mind when I first heard that.
Even it's a bit awkward for me to wear swimsuit here.
Yeah.
Because people can be naked here in the beach.
Yeah.
And just sulisay.
Yeah, people just lie there, no bra.
What's sulisay?
Suntan.
Sunbathe.
Sunbathe. Or
yeah,
tan, or
people
just
go wild sunbathing just to have their evenly tan.
Yeah, they want to even tan, yeah.
And youngsters are so obsessed with the spray tan and stuff.
Yeah, it looks so bad too.
So now I just understand, like, wow, humans are like that, no? Like, us dark-haired, we try to bleach our hair white. When people with light hair, they love my black hair.
Yeah, and we color it black and stuff.
Yeah, they darken their hair here.
Yeah. I mean, we changed our hair color to all kinds of colors, but black as well. Because especially for Norwegians, it's rather rare to have naturally black hair.
Yeah.
It's actually quite rare indeed. It's actually pretty much an indicator. Like if you see somebody with black hair, even if they look Norwegian in features and color and eye color and everything, like it's quite possible that they might like, oh, are you like half Russian or something? Just because like we're pretty much like the blondest people in the world.
Yes,
so anything not either brunette, redhead or blonde is actually relatively unusual.
So yeah, that made me somehow realize like just love your natural
Yeah.
natural beauty because yeah.
Yeah. It's also just, I mean, there's also just the straight fact that to color your hair, you have to bleach it, and when you bleach it, you ruin it. It
Yeah.
gets all strawy, right?
Yeah, I mean, do you? I mean, if you
Sure.
wanna do some changes with
And if you
yourself
can,
and that
if you
makes
can,
you happy,
and if you can bleach your hair and still make it look all like flowy and soft,
yeah.
good on you.
It's
Like,
just
I have no idea
yeah.
how.
It's just for me. There's so much work like, with the maintenance and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's what you choose to spend your energy on, as a wise man once told me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have done a lot with my hair as well before. Straightened it, curled it, bleached it, color.
You're curling it right now.
Naturally. So yes, that is. How about you? So how do you view us Asians? The people on the other side of the world.
Is that a trick question?
No.
All Asians are different. Is that the correct answer? I don't know. Strict parents.
Yeah.
Compared to us. Very strict parents, strict upbringing, strict schools, strict social rules. A lot of rice.
Rice is life.
Rice is life. The golden grain. We should probably have like a 5-part episode on just rice and the wonder of it. There's a few things that I've learned are actually not stereotypes, but in fact true about Asians. I think the main things are strict parents and eating lots of rice.
Yes. But so far, I never really had a drastic experience with racism. Yeah. I think
people behave themselves.
Although I find that this guy here has a white man charm. Like sometimes I need them to do things for me just because he can use his white man charm.
Yes. I mean, I am charming, so I'm
like,
pretty sure it would work even if I wasn't white. He can just
get away with it. I don't know if it's him being white or him being a man or him being tall. I don't know.
What about my charm? My natural charm.
Him being charming.
Come on, put it all on my physical attributes. No, but there is something to it. There really is. I mean.
Yeah, I'll give an example. Like me trying to borrow utensils to a restaurant. Remember that? Or a cafe.
Yeah.
They're so skeptical with me. I think they did not even let me borrow. Because they're like, you should be in the cafe and actually dine in the cafe to be able to use the utensils. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. So I told him. And then he was like, okay, let me try. And he just did. They just let him. What did you do?
I just walked over and I was at the cutlery and I was thinking about just taking it, and then I was like, "Hey, is it okay if I just borrow some cutlery? Is that cool? We're just gonna be sitting right over here." And they looked at me like, "Yeah, just make sure you don't go too far with them." And I was like, "Thank you," and then I left.
Don't I look trustworthy of their utensil? This face?
Tell us in the comments. No.
Sketchy to them.
Yeah, no, I think it's just as simple as if they can see that somebody's Norwegian and like you speak to them in Norwegian, then you know they've been raised almost the exact same way as you. They probably hold very similar values as you. You know, they have all this stuff. It's just people that you feel like you know better, you're more likely to trust. I think it's as simple as that. Yeah. And there's also the fact that you're very small.
Yeah.
And it's easier to be strict with small people than tall people.
I look like a child.
Yeah. And it's also easier to be strict with girls than with guys. Because it's just, I think it's just a psychological thing of, big tall guy, who's going to be strict with them? You know? It's like, if I was a big, tall, muscular, tattooed guy, they'd be even less likely to be strict with me.
So does size matter? It's for another video.
Yeah, that's another video. Oh my goodness.
Because I am small for average Filipina. So imagine here in Norway where it's a tall people nation.
Yeah, almost nobody's shorter than you.
Even the 13-year-old host kid I had is taller than me.
Yep.
How can I impose authority with the kids when they're taller than me?
Get some tattoos.
Well, I have tattoos.
Work out. Oh yeah, you have tattoos. True.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
Get buff.
it's just my vibe, I guess.
Yeah. You also have a very very nice one back.
Yeah, that they can just
And
take
shy.
away. Yeah. So yes, so far,
yes.
yeah, we I haven't really experienced much racism.
Not overt racism.
Yeah.
Like things. There have been cases like that, like with the cutlery, where it's like, are they being racist, or do they just see a small girl that they can easily be strict with? You know, it can be hard to tell sometimes when there's like, what do you call it, micro racism or something?
Yeah. I just feel weak or powerless sometimes because there are stuff or things I wanted to do myself, but sometimes I would just think, maybe I should just ask Patrick because he can do, he can, yeah, do it better.
Yes. I can just look them in the eye and go, you want to give me cutlery? And they're like, I want to give you cutlery.
I mean, just simple as, asking people or calling the government office. I have to ask him to do it for me because, it's easier speaking Norwegian with them.
Yeah. And I have a higher success rate when asking people. It's just how it is. Where were we?
Number 999. Weather.
Oh, goodness, yes.
Well, it's again for me.
It's so cold. It's so cold.
Because of course, us being a tropical country, having to move here in with the long 6-month winter,
Yes.
of course, that's a bit extreme.
Yes.
But for in the beginning, it's like wow, snow, and then you'll see the different stages or different types of snow. Not all kind of snow is pretty.
True. The gray snow that's been plowed up on the side of the sidewalk and it blocks the entire sidewalk that you can't walk on it even.
The struggle with ice.
And
having to walk like a penguin.
Yeah. We call it steel ice when it's just like completely hard ice that's completely impossible to break. And super slick, obviously. But
it is really pretty, Winter is pretty when all is white and everything is just cozy. Yeah. You just want to snuggle with the couch. So yeah, of course there's a pros and cons. Not just like, because even the warm weather in the Philippines, it's so pretty, but yeah, it can be extreme as well.
And you have your storms.
Yeah, and typhoons and monsoons and stuff.
We don't get so much.
La Nino and El Nino and La Nina is what we call the dry and the extreme dry and then extreme wet season. Yes, like drought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not here.
Then La Nina is more like flooding and stuff.
Yeah.
So yes.
But there's some good parts about the weather too. Can you mention any?
You mean winter? Skiing!
Yeah, skiing's fun.
Skiing, ice skating.
True. And you can ice skate on lakes here.
Catching the snow.
Yeah, true. Dude, somebody's gonna make a gif of that. Catching the snow, with your tongue.
Leaving.
You don't have to mime.
Leaving face prints in the snow.
Yeah, face prints in the snow. That's my favorite. I love it. And so you get a prickly feeling afterwards because it's
snowball fight.
Snowball fight, and in the autumn going towards winter and late winter going towards spring, you'll be able to see the sun set, and it'll be setting like this, like diagonally across the sky, which is extra beautiful, of course, because it lasts way longer. Instead of going straight down like this, it goes like this.
Also, you have here Aurora Borealis.
You get the Northern Lights too, yep. Not that we've seen them yet, but one day.
Just a glimpse.
Oh, that's right, yeah, I remember.
So yeah, weather can be nice too, but of course...
And dry!
Dry?
The air is very dry here.
Yeah, the air is dry, you have to moisturize. Actually. Yeah, I even break out during winter season because I don't know, maybe my skin is not used to the dry, cold air. Yeah, that's just how it is when you're not used to it. But our body adapts anyway.
Yes.
Because of course, when I first moved here, I moved to Norway during winter, middle of winter, I think. It was December-ish.
We're not prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. It was depressing, you guys. I got depressed really. I think it was the first time I felt something like that. It's very dark. Dark in the inside and empty. It's like you're sad, but you don't know why you're sad.
The winter depression.
Yeah. Also, because there's
real.
not much sunlight, so you have vitamin D deficiency. So you have to take your vitamins all year round, not just in the winter. You take vitamins all year round.
Yep, you have to. Even in the summer, you can't get enough from the sun.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
even in the summer.
Of course, not having much friends that time, and it was still pandemic. So yeah, it was depressing for me. My first winter here. But now my winters are better.
Yeah.
So yes. So I can't wait for you to experience the warm tropics.
The warmest I've ever experienced in my life is 40 degrees. That's it.
Where's that?
I was in Berlin when there was a heat wave a while ago, and we were literally running from shade to shade. It was so hot.
It's because it's not just about the heat, but it's the humidity of the air.
Yes, spoken like a true dad. It's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity.
Also depends on where are you. Where are you? If you're in the city, if you're in the countryside, of course.
Yeah, it would be tough.
Okay.
But I will survive.
Because if you're in the
Try
city,
anyway.
the heat of the concrete, it's different.
Right.
Yeah, the concrete.
It heats up the...
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if I whine more about the heat than you've been whining about the cold. I think so. I think I'm going to be whining so much.
Yeah, I think
I'll just be pouring water on myself all the time.
And last but not the least, but very important, food.
Food.
We've talked about it anyway, because for me, I'm used to eating rice, breakfast, lunch, dinner. We even have merienda. You know merienda?
No.
Because we have the siesta. You know,
Oh, yeah, midday.
Yeah, like after lunch, as a kid, it's part of growing up. You have to sleep or nap. In the afternoon, you have to siesta. Then when you wake up from the siesta or nap, you're gonna have merienda. It's like a small snacks before dinner.
Oh, cool. That's adorable.
Yeah, it's like around 3 or 4, you're gonna have merienda. Because our dinner is around 7 or 8.
Right.
Yeah. Because here, guys, their dinner is at 4.
No, it's not. Never at 4.
For kids, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Kids. Because I lived with kids, with my host kids. Usually, yeah.
Okay, then it must be just for kids.
Yeah, because after Barnahagen or after school, they have dinner 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Because of course they have to sleep around 7.
I never had dinner much earlier than 5.
But you have supper here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very smart. Night food. Or evening food.
Because of course you have the sun sets here earlier. It gets dark. So you have early dinner, I guess.
I guess. I don't actually know why.
I think it's because of that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because even they call their dinner middag, which is like midday in English. But it's dinner.
Yeah.
With food, we eat anything with rice actually, as I've told you.
Yeah.
We eat coffee with rice.
Coffee with rice.
Chocolate drink with rice, Milo. What else do we eat with rice? Mango with rice. I even used to eat spaghetti with rice.
Spaghetti with rice! Blows my mind,
I
dude.
know.
Blows my
Anything
mind.
tasty, you can eat it with rice.
Yeah.
I even eat burgers with rice.
Meanwhile, here, the only time we eat rice is when we have Asian.
And they eat rice with fork.
We eat our rice with forks, yeah. Because it's always rice with something else that you need to stab the fork with. It's never just rice with some other,
we
like...
eat with spoon and fork.
Spoon and fork? No, nobody ever does that here. Either you have only a spoon, or you have a fork and a knife.
Because
Those are the only combos.
They only use spoon for soup.
Yeah. Pretty much. Even stews you eat with a fork.
With fork?
Yeah, because they have big bits of stuff in them.
You can just scoop it with a spoon.
You could.
So yeah, that's the differences.
Yeah.
And then here in Europe, you're more of a potato and bread.
Yes. All about the potato, all about the bread. Meat, we always either have potatoes, or if it's something like sausage or burgers, we always have buns with them, which is bread. Stews, no, they have potatoes. Steaks, usually with potatoes. Yeah, I can't think of anything now. I'll keep thinking about it, but I don't think we eat anything without bread or potato.
And they love cheese.
And we love cheese.
They have different types of cheese.
And salt. Salt and cheese on everything.
Really, in the Philippines, we just know cheese as cheese, you know. But when you move here, there's actually different types of cheese.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you better believe there is.
Gosh.
Parmesan,
Different types
Edam,
of cheese
cheddar, brie.
for different types of food.
Mild
You cannot
cheese.
just use one kind of cheese to everything.
Yeah. Shark cheese, blue mold cheese.
The stinkier, the better.
Mm-hmm. Listen to the woman.
So yeah, but with our relationship, did we struggle? No, not really.
With the food? No, I love Asian food.
Yeah, food. I love potatoes and bread too.
I love Asian.
So yes, and of course, because you're flexitarian and you don't eat meat, and I'm trying to be plant-based, so we actually somehow jive or something in common.
But yeah, I mean, I just ate like a turkey noodle thing because I didn't see that it had turkey in it.
By mistake.
So that's how flexy I am.
If we don't want to waste food.
Yeah, I hate wasting food. It's
Yeah.
my least favorite thing
Breaks
in the world.
my heart. Yeah.
If I could eat meat for the rest of my life, but it's only stuff that would otherwise be thrown away, I think I would.
Which that makes us very like.
Ew.
Ew.
That's
Oh,
it,
yeah.
guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, if there's anything you want us to talk about, let us know. Like and subscribe. That's so sweet. We'll work on it.